Welcome to Uniting the Cults. Should I leave Islam? Someone asks. This question comes up sometimes in the ex-Muslim subreddit, so I thought to make my reply a post. Yes, you should leave Islam, but that's based on my knowledge. You have to make your decision based on your knowledge. I recommend asking yourself this Socratic line of questioning. How many flaws does a religion need to have in order to recognize it is man-made? And whatever your answer to this, why is that the correct answer while all the others are incorrect? Now suppose you're thinking you'll overcome this obstacle by explaining away the flaws you see as not actually Islamic. So then ask yourself this next question. What is the logic or the standards of judgment that you're using to conclude that the flaws you see are not actually from Islam? You should be able to explain it in such a way that any reasonable person can apply the logic without consulting you. Otherwise, you're effectively just saying, because I said so. Somebody replied, very nice. I could have used this back when I was wrestling with myself about becoming an apostate. I should have left the moment I found out about sex slavery. Somebody replies, but I still don't see how moral flaws disprove a religion. And they said, it's because the founder of the religion claims to be the best moral example for mankind and a mercy to the worlds. But how does this disprove the religion? Like an evil religion could still be true, I guess. Only the religion claims to be quite the opposite of being evil. A man claiming to be the best moral example for mankind, the same man commits moral abominations such as murdering and abducting and enslaving and raping innocents. This man's claims don't match his actions, hence he is proven to be a liar. They didn't reply. I'm going to help this person by showing them a video I made explaining I think it's this one, the moral mistakes of the Quran. But we can also do it for moral issues. I explain here. I'd love to know what swayed different ex-Muslims when they reached this point of questioning. I would think reaching the point of asking that question has led them to be a big chunk of the way there on the path of no longer truly believing. As someone who never thought religions made sense, leaving religion is something that I've never experienced personally. Well, at first you assume there's an explanation and you just don't know it. After a while, when you start digging deeper and the explanations don't make much sense, you need to accept that you are being intellectually dishonest. Easier said than done, though, because that usually takes years. Yeah, so this part, you assume there's an explanation and you just don't know it. That's the dishonest part. If you don't know it, then you shouldn't believe it yet. This person says, I have another. Why would an all-good, almighty God deliberately give verses that seem flawed, confuse people, make people do violent things by misinterpreting them? Why is it so damn hard to write things like, treat every human being as equal, don't take lives, respect and love all human beings? The sun does not set in a muddy pond. And if I say in the next few verses, it's because it's part of a story I am randomly saying for no freaking reason, and so on. That was funny. Okay, let's see if there was anything in the original post. So the original poster said, the flaws I need is if it benefits the person who is the practitioner of the religion. as well as how beneficial it is to others. I had asked, suppose Islam has a single type of flaw as you described. Does that mean Islam is God-made? Well, it depends. There's a whole lot of factors that come into play, such as how the religion was practiced in its inception compared to how later on in history things get corrupted and changed. Yep. So that begs the question, how do you judge whether something is actually in Islam? The answer should be complete in the sense that any reasonable person could apply the logic without consulting you. While the Quran is supposed to be the sole center of the religion, however, that is not the case. You have all these other sources like the Hadith, which both Sunnis and Shia use and pretty much contradict the Quran. More emphasis is put on these Hadith books more than the Quran itself, and if you don't accept them, the traditionalist will pretty much say you left the religion. They didn't answer. I'm asking what you believe. What is the correct method? And they never replied. This person said, well, pretty much they are right, even though they are the kind of Muslims I hate. If you remove Hadith, what's left? A book with cursing kuffars and showing how big and sadistic is Allah? If you interpret it in your own way, then what's the difference between reading a self-motivation book? Okay, that's enough for this one.